Now, despite ball position, our hands rest primarily in the same position. If I take my 7-iron to this ball that's on the ground here, and I take my setup, remember these two white lines are just kind of giving you a reference for the box and the fact that we don't want the club outside of them, okay? But if I take my stance here in my setup, notice that my hands are just left of my zipper line, between that zipper line and my inner thigh, okay? And really every club in your bag should rest there despite ball position. If I move this ball back in my stance, my hand should sit in that same place between the middle of my body and that inner thigh. If I was playing it a little more forward, I want those hands to rest in the same place. Now, something you might have noticed from the back camera there too. When I take that stance and set up, no matter where the ball is, I still keep that same gap. Arms are staying dangling straight down and they're not getting out, okay? And that'll be true with every club in our golf bag. This was my 7-iron. And I'm gonna grab my pitching wedge and take a similar setup, and obviously I get closer to the ball because the club is shorter, but my posture and setup should be the same, okay? Same width from butt end of the club to body, arms are dangling straight down, posture is the same exact way. If I grab my driver, nothing changes except for ball position. Referencing our sticks, playing that off my inner heel there, okay? That hand position should be in the same position as everything else, between my thigh and the middle of my body there, okay? So a lot of times I like to do that and then grab all 3 clubs and sort of hold them together. So you can reference the fact that those arms are dangling down, straight down, the club gets further away, but the posture really doesn't change much, okay? So you're playing that one a little more forward. But all of these are pretty much held in the same place. My body posture is identical. So think about consistency. Despite what club you're using, your body should feel primarily the same on every given shot, with no difference because of ball position or just because I have the driver in my hand. And sometimes I see that. I'll see people that get the driver, now all of a sudden they're squatting more and their arms are getting out more. This is a high anxiety club. So I think just the opposite. If you have principles and you think about swinging like you do your 7-iron or your 6-iron, when you hit your drive, you'll probably be more consistent. Aggression level is a little more repeatable that way. But same goes with our setup. We don't want our arms to be any further out with our driver than they are with any other club. We don't want our grip to change. We don't want really any of our basic setup principles to change based on club, okay? So think about your ball position and where it is in relation to your stance. And always remember, if you're struggling to get that ball back to neutral rather than having it way out or way out, it's always better to move it to center so the body can work well with it. And then the side note, what we're seeing with the posture, despite club, it doesn't matter what club we have, our arms should still dangle straight down, our posture should be the same. It's just our shorter clubs will be a little bit closer to us with a little bit different angle, but our body is set up identically.